This video came out a minute ago. It's for Academic's new podcast. He had on Wack 100 and Tekashi. And a lot of stuff, but from this been going like, not viral, but you know what I mean? It's been like a whole bunch of stuff been spun off from this little interview between these two or three. So shit, we just gonna watch some of it. I'm only doing the 10-minute ones.
I grew up in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
How many fights you had behind this shit? How many fights you had behind that flag? I got 100-something. My first 40 fights was Rat Packs. How many fights you had? How many times you had to stand up in this shit when the odds was against you?
What you mean? When
that nigga look like a gargoyle. Y'all ever seen the show Gargoyles on Disney Channel in like the 90s?
When the whole racketeering case was going on?
Before the racketeering?
None. Because I wasn't in the blood.
None.
What you mean?
I wasn't a blood. Like, I wasn't a blood.
You waving this flag.
No, but I wasn't a blood before I got to know
So
Shotty and all
when did you become getting to know a blood don't make you a blood?
No, all right, so now let me tell you, because obviously
did they put
you
you
don't know
on?
the story. Yeah, they put me on.
Who put you on?
Shotty put me on.
Shotty put you
with
on.
Your man Wavy. No, Shotty had the lineup with Mel. You should know this. Mel had the lineup, Mel Matrix, and then Wavy and them clash.
You telling me Mel authorized you getting put on 9 Trey?
Yeah, you see Mel in the videos.
No, fuck a video. I'm talking about who put you on that neighborhood. Who told your ass to get out there the middle of that street with 4-5 motherfuckers? You gotta run it.
The high 020.
Until you can't run no more.
The high 020.
So you got out in that middle street and you got out.
The high 020.
It's a yes or no question.
No, I'm saying yeah.
Did you get out? So who'd you get out with? You know who the niggas
Oh,
was.
no. That's what I'm saying. And it never got to that point.
So that's why you ain't from 9 Trey.
Okay, all right. So
you associating with the 9
I love that. All right, so what?
You gotta give it up like that to me, damn.
No, watch this.
Or
Watch
is there
this.
other ways? He's saying he didn't go through that process.
Unless
you have.
But the more info that be coming out about like the situation between him and his former gang, like the more info in terms of they start that we find out. Like me personally, I don't care about the shit that happened to them dudes, like him telling them and all that stuff. I find issues with it, but I don't feel bad for them niggas. You know how some dudes are like, oh, he took niggas away from their families and shit like that. Like, I personally don't feel bad for it. So this is all the information we know so far about his whole beginning with them. He didn't meet him until about a year before that song blew up, like a year or two before. So he was already like 20 some years old when he met them dudes from that hood. Secondly, when they met him, he looked like that. Like, he looked like that with the colored hair, tattoo on his forehead. Now, this is a Mexican pulling up on a bunch of black bloods from New York who take real pride in trying to prove that they side is as legit as California. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And they welcome this nigga with open arms. Because they saw a meal ticket. Like, let's be real. They saw a meal ticket with this little kid. There was no other reason they didn't even put the nigga on like normal. You know what I mean? Like, they just let some Mexican walk into their gang that's full of black people without the proper procedures. Just keep that in mind. That's interesting. But we supposed to feel bad for him for not seeing what the fuck was supposed to be coming.
Extreme
watch
shit.
Watch this.
Unless you do some other extreme shit.
Watch this.
Which I know he didn't do.
This hood nigga mentality, right? You think that's an argument? That's a good argument? Like,
no. I think those are rules that's older than you. I've been from where I'm from. Listen.
That's why I said I want to elaborate on it. Because if I go to the feds and my argument is...
See, now you're doing Sammy Davis Jr.
shit.
shit.
To the prosecutors
we are establishing
that
he was never, ever...
I was never a blood.
And listen,
I had money.
You can scream as loud as you want to scream.
Okay.
What we have just established
It's
you was
older rules.
never ever.
Okay.
It's so weird because there's a lot of people that's like this. It's so weird watching someone who, no matter what the conversation is, no matter what, they automatically get defensive and then they start screaming at the top of their lungs. Like I said, there's people all around that's like this. Like, this ain't just some weird 6ix9ine thing, but like, it's always interesting watching them. Like, any little thing, it don't even gotta be something they mad over. They just get screaming. He automatically was trying to defend himself. The nigga ain't even really accused him of nothing yet. He already trying to, what? You know what I mean? So that was interesting though.
Put on and initiated properly,
okay,
to that neighborhood.
And
your money is not your put on.
Okay, so I was never blood.
You was associated.
Oh man. Okay, so tell the feds that.
It was just real shit.
All
the
right.
fed gonna use what they want to use to twist you.
So no,
so
that.
I ain't trying to pause too much, but like, let's be real. He was a real blood. Like, it don't just because he didn't go about it. Not every nigga. Some of the, you know what I'm saying, most decorated, beloved niggas in their hood didn't went, you know what I'm saying, and got put on the hood without getting jumped in. Like, that happened all the time. But you know what I'm saying. Like, I get what he's saying. It's like you ain't really go through the, you know what I'm saying, proper to end up where you was, you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, like, the gang let him be the face. Like, they let him go on every radio show, talk, you know what I'm saying, yelling out nine traders, nine trade that. They let him do that. They let him call orders. They let him put a hit out on Chief Keef and do a whole bunch of telling dudes to rob so-and-so and all that stuff. They let him do all of those things. That's not an associate. Associates don't have that type of power. You feel what I'm saying? So, just like in the NFL, you don't got to be drafted by a team to be, you know what I'm saying, to be a rookie belonging to that team. Like, undrafted free agents, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You still play. He still was playing. Like, it didn't matter if he was an associate. He wasn't playing like an associate. Associates don't get to tell other niggas from a hood what to do. That's not how it works. So he wasn't just an associate. Like I said, it's cool that you think because it didn't happen by your 40-year-old, 50-year-old hood nigga standards, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not how it went down.
Associated.
No, but I'm saying, is that illegal though?
The feds don't dictate or determine our street rules of when you from something. The feds take it and twist it so they can twist you.
No, but you can't do that. That's illegal.
The
That's
government
illegal.
To say what
Wack,
constitutes you being from a neighborhood.
Wack, that's illegal. That's illegal.
We talking streets versus feds. We're in the streets.
Man.
We're in the streets right now.
Oh, okay.
And listen, what I'm trying to tell you is, it's nothing wrong with being a civilian.
I put it like this,
I think you did a great job. Hold on.
I bet you I was really every one of those non-trade members.
Listen.
I bet you that.
Did you just hear what I just said?
Than all of
did you just hear what I just said?
I was more real. Them niggas was fucking each other's girls.
I mean, that's
I
hood
would
shit.
walk in the crib.
That's hood shit.
Somebody else baby mom in the fucking crib, and I'm like,
that's
you know
hood shit.
My business. You know what I'm saying? I seen them niggas eat off other niggas and be like, I'll get this nigga bread. The other nigga, I'm like, yo, hit him off.
So if you seen the niggas in your hood was like that, and you really quote unquote loved them niggas and really was, you know what I'm saying, those is really your peoples until they started doing you shady. You should have seen before all of the shady shit they was doing, what they was doing to them other peoples that they knew longer than you. If they was fucking each other BMs, niggas who really then went through stuff with, you know what I'm saying, niggas they really cool with. What made you think they wasn't gonna do you like that?
Next week,
hey bro, let me ask you a question.
I said, yo, Sunday hit you up? Like, what you talking about? I said, oh, nah, forget it. Because I didn't want to get into it.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
I was more willing than them niggas.
Let me ask you a question.
So you
feel like I was speeding all them niggas. Yo, in my song, and I know I'm talking loud, but look, I said, I do my own shit. I don't need 50 niggas to roll with. Full shit. I'm on my dolly, I'm on my bullshit.
Because after you used the 50 niggas to get to where you had to go. No, that's some bullshit.
But watch this. I said, you a real nigga because you quick to pull a fucking trigger? I fed niggas. I'm the definition of a real nigga. Just because you pull a trigger don't make you a real nigga. Feeding the people.
Hey, bullshit. But sometimes that trigger right, is what it takes for niggas to be fed. What it takes for niggas to take a block, to take a plug, take a connection.
I have a shot. I have a shot.
You ain't did none of that.
Somebody.
Listen, I don't know. I would hope you wouldn't talk about it.
No, I'm asking. I ever shot somebody?
I mean, I think you.
What would you think?
I think you might have did something.
All right, so let me
pump. Some pigeons or something. You ain't know you.
So Wack.
You ain't got it either.
So Wack.
He ain't got it either. And look, what I'm telling you is that's okay.
Okay, but this is what I'm trying to say.
That's okay.
No, I feel like you're looking at him like you look at your children like, yo, y'all just civilians.
No,
that's okay. I think he got gangster thoughts. Don't get me wrong. I think he got gangster thoughts.
Wait. I'm not shooting no bell.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Let him finish.
You want it. Look, I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna say. If I ask you, why did you get those statements? Let me tell you what you're gonna say to me. You're gonna say, I heard the motherfuckers on recordings and they wasn't keeping it real and they violated first. And because they violated, I violated.
No.
That's what you're gonna say.
No. Ask me.
Okay, so why'd you get the statements?
I already know what happened between Wack and 21, but because you know what I'm saying, there's clips of it and I ain't seen it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie, for a nigga who preach about how like real he is and I'm not a rapper, I'm not like these rappers and all this, and he preach he this Godzilla hood nigga, you would think like, at least how the fuck do you end up here? How do you end up having this conversation with this known rat who is the reason why some of the niggas that he got put in jail is niggas like Wack 100 respect. So it's like, if I respect you, I'm talking about from my point of view, if I respect you and I ain't no street nigga or nothing like that. But if I respect you and I see, even though you put yourself in that position to get screwed over by a nigga like this, if I'm not finna be chilling and having a conversation with the reason you're not, you know what I'm saying, you got taken away from your kids. Like, I'm not finna be chilling there having a even, you know what I'm saying, even though he don't consider him a real whatever, I wouldn't give a damn if the nigga was a government agent, you know what I'm saying, government agent doing his job when he, you know what I'm saying, he ain't no, when he fake like he from whatever, go undercover and all of that BS, and then RICO charges and all of that BS, and that nigga doing his job, but you would denounce them motherfuckers like they ain't. So the way I look at it is the same way that hood full of niggas that he screwed over saw him as a meal ticket and was willing to sort of backtrack on their little hood morals for him. It's the same situation I'm kind of seeing with this nigga. Like, for real, like, I get what 21 was saying. Like, how are you sitting here having a real conversation with this nigga, like agreeing with him on stuff that pertains to things that you said he's not even qualified to deal in? You feel me?
Before I even got locked up, before we even went, or everybody went down, you follow this before. And
for any nigga that be thinking, oh wow, he Wack 100, he got money, bro, come on, my nigga. Like, he manages two notable artists that I can think of, Game and Blueface. One nigga is retired, one nigga is more known for having an OnlyFans house than his music. I'm not saying he broke, but like, come on, my nigga. Like, before we even went down, I'm gonna tell you how it went. Before we even went down, I'm gonna make this quick because I told the story mad times. I don't want to.
Why'd you get a statement?
That's what I'm about to tell you.
Exactly.
So I was already kidnapped July 22nd by my own crew. But I didn't.
Did you know that at the time?
Yes. Okay. Like, yeah, on video. I'm saying, yo, Harv, chill, son. Harv, chill. So I knew who it was. Why didn't tell right then and there?
I mean, listen. We talking about.
No. Answer that question.
Because you didn't have to. Yo, freedom was not on the line after the kidnapping situation. When you made it out that situation, you knew there's certain things that I gotta do differently to make sure I don't end up in that situation again without having to go to the police. I could move with different people. I could be in different places at different times, do shit different. When you get arrested and you're stuck in that box, nigga, do you know there's no escape? It ain't nobody escaping from prison, my nigga. This ain't 1920s. You feel me? Like, you know what your only way out of that situation is. There's only two ways out of that. It's only three ways, really. Off yourself, which I don't advise. Take the time, do the time, and get out when it's your time to get out, or tell. It's 3 options. You literally get 3 options. You feel me? Like, you could, I guess the other one is what? Because it's a fair case. You're not going to be fighting your way out, proving innocent, blah, blah, out on the court steps yelling, oh, I'm free. That's not going to happen. So like I said, there's only 3 options in his situation. He wasn't finna do the time, and he wasn't finna take his life. The nigga loves living. You know what I'm saying? And if you never seen his documentary pretty much detailed like his start and how he ended up here. You could tell that the lifestyle that he ended up achieving, which I think is good for him and his family, that he did all this, even though he pretty much sacrificed his own character. But you could tell fame and this lifestyle was really the most important thing to this nigga. So under no circumstances would he have been willing to give it up. Like I said, in the kidnapping situation, you know who these niggas are, right? So you know that there's no chance of them getting away with committing murder against you. You know that the police is gonna immediately find, you know what I'm saying? They immediately gonna start looking at them because y'all problems and stuff were documented before the kidnapping. Everybody already knew you was having issues with the people you were with before the kidnapping. So it's not a situation where it's like, oh, just randomly, I don't know who could have done it to him. Like, no, if he would have got killed, it would have been he got killed in his city, around his area, and the jewelry in his house got took, and the money that he had in his house got took. Who else would have done it? Who else would have been able to get close to him like that? So you knew they weren't gonna kill you. You scared out your mind, scared shitless, but in the back of your head, you had to have known you're not gonna die. You feel me? Not saying that the thoughts don't creep into your head, but logically, when you make it out of that situation, then it's like you move on. You don't need to go to the police. You already, you know what I'm saying? You free. You still rich and famous even after they done kidnapped you and did you how you did you how they did you. So like I said, you move on and you can handle it differently, like how he chose to handle it. You went on the Breakfast Club later on and all of that. Like, come on.
Now you're doing Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh my, yo,
I asked you why you gave the statement.
That's
Wait.
a decent. Yo, he say.
We don't know if he told or not. I don't know who the fuck he got in contact with after that.
Listen, he say you don't know.
I'm asking you,
and I'm telling you,
why did you give the statements that we know
watch this.
you gave?
Okay. Let me finish.
The ones you gave.
Okay, watch this. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. So I already got kidnapped July 22nd. I needed something to happen. I was like, I want to see some blood. I needed somebody drop. I know who did it. Let's get to it. Ain't nothing happened. I said, oh shit. You know, months passed. I'm not saying, yo, why son didn't get dropped? Y'all know who did it? And he asking to meet up by himself right now. Y'all know who did it? Why nobody, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Boom. Time go by, months go by. I'm like, damn, man, shit just not adding up. I take the trip to LA. Remember, to shoot the video with Nicki and Kanye with it.
Hold on real quick. How you expect them, the dude Harv or whatever that he was talking about, that's not just some regular ass random nigga from their hood, you know what I'm saying? That's like, he actually had hands in Tekashi's career. He actually like was dealing with him on a real personal level. You think niggas was just gonna up and just do something to the nigga without really, you know what I'm saying, without nobody putting in a real order for something to be done to this nigga?
Where the crib got shot up.
Yeah.
I tell Shotty, yo, Shotty, we about to go shoot this video. He said, yo, I gotta go to New York real quick, for a court hearing. I'm like, I bet. And that's where I met my girl now. She was out there. So I'm like, all right. Shotty moving tight funny, like it was just funny shit. I'm telling him do shit.
And this is the person who brought you into this organization.
Yeah, so I'm like this.
All right.
September, I'm in Dubai. Feds running in the crib while I'm in Dubai. I was supposed to fly back. You remember that? I'm like, yo, I ain't going back to New York.
Sammy 6ix9nine Jr.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did you
But I'm getting to it. It's all added up shit. Right? All right, so you want the simple thing? I was already kidnapped by my own crew. It was no loyalty there, right? Wack, you give me the nigga, right? That a nigga could do you wrong, right? And this street nigga stupid mentality. A nigga could do you wrong and you be like, you know what? That's still my homie. This is how the streets go.
Let me tell you what ain't gangster.
That's not gangster.
No, hold on. Let me tell you what ain't gangster. This is why I look in your eyes and tell you, stop trying to portray something you're not. The fact that you knew, and I can call my wife over here right now. 30 years I've been with this woman. She know. The fact that you knew the exact motherfucker who kidnapped you and robbed you, and you waiting on another motherfucker to handle it, and you didn't go handle it yourself. You know why you didn't handle it yourself? Because you didn't come up with them grassroots of knowing how to handle it and handling that type of shit. See, at this age right here, I done did it all from the top to the bottom, from the elementary shit to the serious shit, so I can convert right now at this second back to a foot soldier, because that's where I come from, right? And I spent many years down there, right? So what I'm telling you is, the fact that you knew exactly who the fuck did what they did to you and you didn't go handle it is the reason why I tell you, you're a civilian.
In reality, the stuff that Wack is describing, talking about converting back to a foot soldier, I would have handled it myself. When you got stuff to lose, like, I think he said some shit like this before, but like, come on, my nigga, like, you talking about trying to solve your problems with a short-term solution. You go shoot at the niggas, commit some violent act or whatever, and now you got blood on your hands for, you know what I'm saying, some shit that you didn't even have to do. Now your whole life is, I'm talking about from 6ix9ine point of view. I'm not talking about from his point of view. He is whatever. He's just some nigga manager. From 6ix9ine point of view, you this world famous nigga with a whole lot of money. Even if you was foot soldier guy, you was in it to win it, and all of that BS is this nigga talking about, right? You put on for your hood like that nigga Troy put on for the Wildcats in High School Musical, right? You still gotta take that time to think. I got a daughter, because I think he got a daughter, baby moms, my moms, he just met some new girl in New York or whatever, and he got other people that he's still close to that he's taking care of, right? So I'm gonna put all of they, not my situation, I'm gonna put all of they situations at risk, because I went for the short-term solution just to prove to these niggas who already don't respect me. They already didn't disrespect me to the point of robbing me. I'm gonna try to prove to these niggas that I'm something that they are. You know what I mean? You don't really gotta prove nobody nothing. You don't gotta. When you get to a certain point in life, when you start to understand that proving yourself to other people, unless it's yourself and in some cases your parents, you really don't gotta prove nothing to nobody. You know what I mean? The only reason you gotta prove stuff to your parents is because your parents invest their resources into you. You know what I mean? Whether it's for those who parents do, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they got, you know what I'm saying? They buying you cleats to go to your football games and shit like that. They doing whatever they can to, you know what I'm saying? They stand up with you to help you with homework. They going up to the school when you get in trouble, to sitting there to try to convince the principal not to suspend you, whatever. All their time and energy. You need to prove something to them. That, you know what I'm saying? You need to prove something to them. And obviously yourself. Well, I don't even need to go into detail why you need to prove shit to yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's how you keep moving forward. But to try to prove some shit to some niggas who you don't respect, they don't respect you, go about it differently. Why would you put everybody you love at risk to prove something to some niggas that you don't even fuck with?
And I love that. Now stay right. No, and that's the realest shit you ever said this interview. Watch this. Remember what you just said. I love how y'all pick and choose politics, right? Yo, 6ix9ine, you know who kidnapped you. Why didn't you go do something, right? Right. All eyes is on me. I already got y'all niggas on payroll, right? All eyes on me. I'm the funds, right? I'm the head of the fucking machine. They take out the head, this whole operation goes out, right? Why don't protect the fucking football and don't let it fumble, right? Why the fuck would I go out there? You right. If I was cut from the same cloth you cut from, that you say you cut from, I would have went and did it myself, right? But the same way you call me out, they know the exact same, and I'm not bringing this off topic, let me just get this on my chest. They know the exact nigga that put a fucking 10 bullets in King Von and he died there by himself. Why nobody slid for that nigga? I don't see you on Instagram saying, yo, go slide for that man. Listen, y'all know what y'all saying? Yo, y'all want this nigga to crash out. Y'all want, no,
Hold on.
That's
Hold on.
you know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold
if
on.
I didn't go hit
Hold
the
on.
nigga that kidnapped me,
Hold on.
why this nigga not shooting
Let
the
me
nigga that
be real
kidnapped
with
me, bro, nigga?
Let me be real with you. I
don't see you on Instagram say, yo, Dirk, go slap for your man.
I discovered King Vine.
No,
when
I don't want
King
to talk about
died.
King Vine.
So
Why
I
is
don't
Dirk
know.
not
I
sliding
don't know no
I need to slide
politics.
on nigga kidnapped
And
me.
listen.
Why is this nigga not sliding on nigga?
So he don't really know nothing about the situation. I know a little bit about what happened, I guess. The reality is that these are two different, like, these is apples and oranges, right? So we got your situation where your homies, where you know where they live, you know what didn't, you know what I'm saying, did something to you. Then you got Dirk's situation where his artist, his friend, whatever, you know what I'm saying, the person he was associated with got killed in another city dealing with another artist. You feel me? And another whole set of gang members and all of that stuff in a whole nother city though. It shouldn't have to be explained to you how Dirk trying to go handle a situation by himself with some dudes from Savannah, Georgia, and y'all expect it to result in death. It shouldn't have to be explained why that would, you know what I'm saying, why that didn't happen. But we were all requesting that it does happen. I don't get it. I mean, I think that's it anyway.
How you know what they doing? Just because it ain't publicized on social media, how you know? How you know?
If we didn't have this conversation.
And then anyway, as soon as Quando tried to do a show outside of his little state, he done shot like 15 music videos for that album he dropped a few months ago in his little city. Bro has not been able to leave the city. As soon as he left the city to do a show, he immediately got shot at. I don't know what's been happening for the nigga since then, but that's all I know on the topic. He probably been leaving now, but I don't know. So shit. I mean, fuck it. 6ix9ine whole thing with his reasoning for being a snitch and everything that got stuff to do with all of that stuff is pretty much just based off of hypocriticism. Is that a word? I'm making it up right now. So when people say, why you snitch? Oh, well, I'm not being loyal to people who ain't loyal to me. They're hypocrites. Why you didn't do something to them when they did something to you? Well, why y'all asking me to do it when Dirk didn't do it? And see, the thing is that if one person is fucking up so many times, or even whatever, if one person is doing a whole bunch of stuff and every single time they get questioned about it, they bring up unique situations like the Dirk situation. There was no situation where after Dirk homie died, he went and snitched to the police. You know what I'm saying? There was no situation where yo homies screwed your girl and told on you after or anything like that. Like you're doing, or you know what I'm saying, or your homies told on your girl. I mean, your homies did something to your girl. You kidnapped them and then they told on you. Like, no, these are all your list of issues. No one has committed all of these offenses as one person. You feel me? Like, stop comparing yourself to everybody else, man. Stand on your shit. Just be like, I snitched. I'm a snitch. You know what I mean? I didn't know these niggas. That's how I would have been up in that area. I didn't even know these niggas. Fuck, nigga, I met these niggas a couple years ago. They was willing to give me 8 years, 40 years, however many. Go do some time behind some niggas I don't know. I would have been like, nigga, even if they didn't fuck my girl, I'm still telling. No, I'm playing. That's how he should have been, though. Stand on it. He ain't willing to do that. All right, then.